Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Uncanny Spirits Club, and I've got something interesting. I was in the grocery store, and I wasn't looking to spend a whole lot of money, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to get. I was set on trying to do another pick six at first, but they have raised the price at my grocery store of the pick six up to $12.99, and the selections they had there didn't look like there was enough variety of things that I would actually enjoy. There was a lot of IPAs, and there was a lot of leftover pumpkin beers, and I could only drink so many pumpkin beers in a row. So um, I was looking around, and I saw this, and it intrigued me because I've done various things like this on the channel before. We've done the hard Mountain Dew, which is, nothing real special. Um, I think I've done a couple other things, but this is Dunkin spiked original iced coffee. 6.0% alcohol by volume. So, and they come in I got it in a box of 4 flavors. It's a 12 pack. So I got a 12 pack of 4 flavors. So there's 3 of each flavor. And it was $17.98, I think, which for a 12 pack, that's on track with something like Guinness or whatnot. And this is a specialty thing, so I can't really complain too much. I would like to, but I can't really. But you've got this flavor, you've got the mocha, you've got the vanilla, and you've got the caramel. And over the next 4 videos, we're going to do 1 can each. So we're going to do a separate video for every flavor.
Fancy.
And I can artificially pad out my numbers, because that's not sleazy for YouTube at all. But and it's easier than trying to do like 4 cans all in one go at 6% alcohol, because it might not be a whole lot, but once you get like 4 cans in you, it probably is a lot more. It says to shake well, and I'm hoping that means it's not particularly carbonated. It shouldn't be. It's coffee, but you never know. And for those who wonder as well, I had a moment of kind of like, oh crap, what did I get myself into when I was leaving the store? Because I thought I didn't really think specifically if there was going to be like milk in it, because iced coffee generally has milk. So I agonized on it, and I stopped in the parking lot before I even loaded in the car and looked it up and found no mention of any milk anywhere, either on their website or in a variety of other places. Not on Reddit, not on a whole bunch of places. In the ingredients, which it has, it says it's premium malt beverage with real coffee, natural flavor, and artificial color. And everywhere I went reinforced that. So I'm going to go under the assumption that they're not just omitting the milk as some cruel joke to get me to throw up. Because you folks know me and the milk. The milk stouts I had not too long ago during the last pick six. It's been, I don't know, maybe a month or two now, maybe more. They were good, but there was a little discomfort farther down the line. So, I try to avoid that kind of thing if I can. But again, we're under the assumption that because there's no link to milk of any kind on this anywhere that I can find it online, I'm hoping that they just have not committed a grievous error and just didn't want to say anything. So, one last shake there to make sure that it's all good and shook up. One little can tap. I'm going to put mine in a glass.
I'm going to drink mine out of a can like a heathen.
That was almost problematic.
Mine didn't fizz up like yours.
I'm going to go ahead and put it in there.
Ooh.
Now, this is the original, so it might not be very sweet. I don't know. The other ones are flavored.
Smell it.
I don't know much about like whether they're going to be. It smells like coffee.
Smells like strong coffee.
It smells like coffee to me. It's kind of settling a little bit. It's got a nice bit of foam up at the top. So not bad. But yeah, we're gonna give this a try and see how it goes. Another little tap, I suppose. And then.
You record now. Oh. Wow.
It's not awful. It tastes like powdered coffee, not instant coffee. It tastes like powdered coffee mix in water. It like when I was a kid, they had like you have the instant hot chocolate and different things, or the Nesquik and the various things like that. And they had some that my mom would have that'd be like the International Delight before it was all creamers. It was these little tins that would be flavored coffee. It'd be really light, like it'd be ridiculously weak coffee. It was mostly there for flavor, and it was powdered. It wasn't like instant coffee. And this tastes like that. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great because it's not really coffee. Now it says real coffee on the can, but how much real coffee did you use?
It tastes like they've mixed espresso powder into a Smirnoff ice. It's got that, and I haven't had a Smirnoff ice.
Kind of.
But that aftertaste, that undertaste.
It's not real remarkable, and it's not something that I'd be like, oh yeah, give me one of those. Those are delicious. It's not bad. Like I'm not hating on it. It just tastes like it's powdery, like it's really artificial.
It's kind of weird.
It tastes like somebody like I get huge nostalgia now because as a kid I would sneak those from my mom because they were delicious. Those powdered little tins. I would like sneak into them, mix up my own stuff when no one was around.
They didn't have booze in them. Right?
No, they didn't. That's the difference here. And I can feel that there's some in there because it's kind of going up a little bit. It's not a ton because it's only 6%, but and it doesn't have a strong alcohol taste. It has a little brightness to it almost, like an effervescence, which is kind of strange. But it's not like I was expecting more of a deeper flavor. Like I was expecting more, I don't know. Like if I make iced coffee at home and put alcohol in it, I would expect that. And I'm not getting anything like that. I'm getting this nostalgic, stolen international delight powdered coffee sensation.
It's almost like you've had an iced coffee where all the ice has melted, so it makes it kind of watery.
Maybe, but it's got that brightness that the alcohol is in there, which it's a malt liquor, so it doesn't count as like a vodka or a whatever anything else. Because I wondered when I first saw it on the shelf, I was like, well, what did they mix it with? What kind of alcohol is in there? And I couldn't find anywhere. And eventually, I settled on the fact that it's premium malt beverage, so it's basically a malt beer, and not a particularly flavorful one either.
Mm.
It's just what it is. It's not terrible though. Like I'm not getting a beer taste so much. I am getting this bright splash of something that's definitely tells me that there's alcohol or something in here. But I don't know. Maybe the other ones because they're flavored with different things, like there's mocha, vanilla, and caramel, might be better. I'm not going to hold out a lot of hope on that. I don't feel bad that I tried it because, again, it's not bad. And I could probably drink a couple of these and be okay and not really feel too bad about it, but it's not exciting. It's not what I was hoping for. But, they make these for casual drinkers who are just, I want something that's tasty that I can just have with friends and stuff. Let's have some spiked Dunkin, like the Mountain Dew and the Twisted Tea and all that other kind of stuff. It's not made for people who are like spirit connoisseurs and things like that, or people who like Guinness and stuff like that.
It almost makes me think of a Yoo-hoo.
It is kind of like that.
Yes.
But even more watery because Yoo-hoo, sometimes you can get them and they're pretty thin. Because they use powdered milk.
That's what It's like a powdered chocolate flavor.
They use powdered milk in Yoo-hoo, which is how they get it to the way it is. And people who don't know what powdered milk is, you didn't grow up in the 80s. Most people don't get powdered milk anymore, and very few recipes still call for it. But you basically mix it with water and you've got milk, and it's dehydrated milk. Rehydrated has never been the greatest thing in the world, and this is kind of like that too. And I think that's part of what they did. I think they used dehydrated, not milk, but because it's premium malt beverage and there's no milk in there, but they used something to kind of fill in that gap.
Dehydrated coffee.
Because it doesn't taste like it came from coffee grounds. It tastes like it came from powder. So, but, it's not the worst thing that I've had this year. I mean, the year's almost over. So, this has been a long year of things I've had to drink. So it's not the worst, which has got that going for it. But
you could have said that on January 1st.
Depending on the other ones, how they taste, I don't think I would get this flavor again, the original one.
Mm.
It doesn't even really remind me of original Dunkin coffee, because original Dunkin coffee is kind of oily, like usual most people when they have just original basic coffee from any place. Like even Starbucks, you've got that, like, we've been brewing it most of the day, even if it's fresh, just because it has that, tang to it almost. But yeah, it doesn't remind me of Dunkin.
It's just very water.
I would almost want to make my own coffee to put in here, but I think it would just make it worse.
I would put rum in it, but I feel like, well, it couldn't hurt.
So anyway, this is Dunkin Spiked original iced coffee. This is the original. There's this, the vanilla, the mocha, and the caramel. We're going to try the next ones over the next few days. 6% alcohol by volume, $17.98 for a 12-pack, which sounds like it could have been $17.98 better well spent on something else. But
we haven't tried the other ones.
It was worth a try so far.
They could be good.
It's middle of the road. It's middling. At least it's not terrible. And because it doesn't have real milk in it, I'm not going to end up throwing up after a couple of these. So, but there you go. I'm going to finish this one, I guess, and move on from there. So until next time, and I got 3 more flavors to go before we can move on to something else, and then I'll see you then. So have a good night, as always. Cheers.